There's a story that I shared with you about 7 years ago, and I'd like to share with you again, and I think it's really appropriate for the reading today of the Gospel. And it's a tale about a Chinese woman who was grieving, and she had just lost, because she had just lost her son. And in her grief, she went to go see a very holy monk. He was renowned for his holiness. And she said to the monk, "What magical incantations that could you bring forth to bring my son back to life?" Well, instead of sending her on the way or even trying to reason with her, he said to her, "I want you to fetch me a mustard seed from a home that has never known sorrow. We will use it to drive the sorrow out of your life." So the woman, she set off in search for this magical mustard seed. First, she came to this great, splendid mansion. She knocked on the door and said, "I'm looking for a home that has never known sorrow. Is this such a place? It's very, very important to me." Well, they told her, "Well, you certainly came to the wrong place." And then they began to describe all the tragic events that happened in their lives. The woman said to herself, "Well, who is better to help these poor, unfortunate people than I, who have known such sorrow and suffering of my own?" So she stayed to offer what help and comfort she could to these people. And then she went on her way to search for another home that had never known sorrow. But wherever she stopped, whatever town, whatever place, she could not find a place that did not know sorrow. Ultimately, she became so involved in ministering to the people's grief that she forgot about her own grief and the magical mustard seed. And she never realized that in her compassion and her comfort for other people, that she was the magic seed all along. People, the gospel today is about our journeys for that magical mustard seed. You see, Jesus commissions the 72 messengers to go before him to every town before he gets to Jerusalem. And he instructs them in 4 things. He says, keep focused in the ways and the values of God. In other words, have a vision. Have a vision of God. 2, travel light. Accept the simple hospitality of those that you visit and offer blessings of gratitude to your hosts. In other words, don't worry about all the stuff that you think that you need to possess in your life. See the blessings in life that are set before you in the people and the situations that you encounter every single day. Remember that everybody has God born in the image and likeness of God. 3rd, proclaim God's peace amid the wolves, even when you are tested by those people who might not love you. And 4th, offer hope and healing, not judgment or condemnation, even when you might think that there's no chance of love. St. John the 23rd, before Vatican II was initiated, he said and wrote the following: "In my life, before all of this begins, I must strip my views of all useless foliage and concentrate on what is truth, what is justice, and what is charity." In short, no matter what the encounter in life, no matter what the experience, the occurrence, the situation, or the people that you might meet, search and discover the blessings of God who are present before you. There once was a little boy who wanted to meet God. And he knew it was going to be a long trip, so he packed up a suitcase. And he filled it with Twinkies and root beer. And he went on his way and walked about 3 blocks, and he met an old woman. And she was sitting in the park looking at pigeons. The boy sat down next to her and opened up his suitcase, and he began eating Twinkie. He looked at her and saw that she was looking hungry, so he offered her a Twinkie. She turned and gave him a big, giant smile. He was able to take a drink of root beer when he noticed that the lady was still looking hungry, so he offered her a root beer. Her smile was so pretty, he kept giving her root beer after root beer. And they sat there all afternoon, eating Twinkies, drinking root beer, and not saying a thing. Well, the day got long, and the night began to come, and he decided that it's time to go home. So he got up and began to trundle off home. And he went a few steps and turned around and looked at the lady and ran over and gave her a big, giant hug. She gave him the biggest smile ever. Well, the boy opened the door to his home, and his mother looked at him with his joy on his face and his big smile. And his mother asked him, "What did you do today that made you so happy?" And he looked at her and said, "I had lunch with God." But before the mother could respond, he said, "And you know what? She's got the biggest smile ever." And about the same time, the old woman returned home. And her son, too, was surprised at how joyous she looked in her face. And he said to her, "Mom, what happened that brought such a smile to your face?" And she said, "I ate Twinkies with God." But before the boy, her son, could respond, she said, "And you know, he's a lot younger than I ever thought." People, in our encounters with others, God is present. In the kindness and care that each of us extend to others, the very presence of God is realized in our lives. Like 72 today, Jesus calls his disciples, but more importantly, he is calling you and me to bring peace into the lives of others and reconciliation and hope into this world. The gospel does challenge us to make hard choices and unpopular decisions, to endure the raised eyebrows and the stuffy shirts that think that they might have the better answer. Because the teachings of Jesus are demanding. But Jesus is sending you and me forth to work for the Lord. We are to be the agents in proclaiming Christ to the world. And Jesus promises in the end that it will make a difference in the world, but more importantly,